Welcome to Sunday with Mike. On today's show, we'll discuss contract negotiations, visiting a venue, and why paying attention to details is so important in our line of work, and finally, another dehumidifier. If you find something helpful in today's show, please share the link with your friends, and don't forget to share your thoughts with me down in the comments section down below. I'm going to be right back after I grab a cup of coffee. I've got my coffee, and I hope you have yours. And I've got a friend of mine that keeps picking on me, telling me I'm not really drinking coffee. So today's clear mug is for him. I hope you enjoy that. Today, I wanted to talk about contract negotiations. We have a repeat client whose board of directors changes each year. Although they have signed the exact same contract for the past 5 years, all of a sudden this year, there's an issue. I found myself with a $2,500 contract in limbo that we may or may not be able to salvage. Our contract uses a numbering system, and we got lucky because the client didn't reject the contract in its entirety. They actually mentioned 2 particular clauses that they were having an issue with. We grabbed our copy of the contract to review these 2 clauses to see exactly what they were complaining about. As it turns out, both of them were about giving us a 1-line credit in the program if they created one. They had never fulfilled this clause in the past contracts anyway, and we just let it go because none of the production vendors got any credit in the program. Somehow, this became a hot-button topic this year. So for us, it was no big deal, and certainly not worth losing the event over. The client requested a new contract with those 2 items removed. This would have created a new problem. No attorney is going to tell their client to sign a new contract without them rereading the new one all over again to make sure nothing else was changed. That's just good business sense. And I didn't want any further delays or extra review of our contract. So how did I handle this? Well, we agreed to the removal of the 2 items in question, but insisted that they use a legal maneuver called a strike-through. The client draws a single line through the 2 clauses in its entirety and then initials each one. Now we don't have to rewrite it and lose more time. Once we received the original contract from them, we were able to initial next to them, and then bam, it's as legit as if we had typed it all over and sent it back to them for reprocessing. So remember, your contracts are not written in stone, and use the strike-through procedure to your advantage whenever possible. I'll be right back.
DJ Event Planner will change the way you manage and run your business. Streamline all of your procedures and software into one easy-to-manage system. DJ Event Planner, the ultimate online planning tool.
Hi, and welcome back. Anytime you have an event scheduled at a venue that you have never been to before, you should try to make every effort to learn all that you can about that venue. How hard is the load in? Where do you load in? Where do you park after you unload? Are there any special things that you need to know about this venue? If it's a local venue, I like to schedule a visit with them at a convenient time for both of us. This way, they know you are coming and you won't be interrupting them. One of the last things that you want to do is make a bad impression by not being prepared when you arrive for your event, because you didn't know that you needed something. This can all be avoided. Since you and your client want everything to go smoothly, this is your chance to nail down anything unusual. This also makes a good impression on you and your company. If you cared enough to make an appointment and check out the place prior to the event, then you would seem more professional and more likely to get referrals from them. Ask a lot of questions, but don't waste their time. Take a lot of photos that you can look at more closely later after you get home. Ask open-ended questions like, what is the one mistake that other DJs keep making over and over again at your venue the first time they come here? You'll be surprised what you can learn by asking that one question. Ask if they have any rules or policies that you need to know about. I have been to some venues that you are not allowed to unload your gear until you sign an agreement that they've created and demand that you sign. You don't have much of a choice to discuss or change it if it's on the day of the event. Going early for a venue review is your best insurance that you won't have any of these weird surprises on your event day. Remember, most venues are on private property and you are a guest of the venue. You should never show any disrespect or take the position that you can do anything you want to do. They can and will turn off your AC outlets that you're plugged into and throw you off the property. A smile can go a really, really long way when you run into a problem. So remember that the next time you visit a venue. I'll be right back. I can't stress how important it is that you pay attention to details when you're the DJ for any kind of an event. As an example, just recently while preparing for a wedding, there was a song for the groom and his mom to dance to as a formal song, and I didn't have it in my library. It was a song that I was not familiar with, nor the artist, but I was able to find it and purchase it from Amazon, which took forever to figure out how to download it after I purchased the song from their new website, but that's a whole nother story. Back to this story. So there I am listening to this older song that I've never heard before in my life, and boom, I couldn't believe my ears. I backed it up and I replayed that part. Yep, sure enough, it just said that his mom had died. Considering that this was the groom mom dance, I thought this should be addressed. So I Googled the lyrics to the song called Mama Knows, and I sent a copy of that verse over to the bride. Needless to say, she was blown away and had no idea these lyrics were in the song that had been picked, and jumped on the opportunity for me to edit that verse out of the song for them at no extra charge. So now I'm a double hero. I discovered the lyric issue, brought it to everyone's attention, I had a fix to solve the problem, and all I needed was a yes, please edit that song for us, and we were good to go. Having basic music editing skills, knowledge, and paying attention will help you and your business in many ways. Shortening songs, extending songs, and making custom mixes for formal dances are all possible with just basic music editing knowledge. Just remember to always pay attention to the details. It's much more important than you think. I'll be right back. Way back when, in show number 15, we discussed several ways that you can dehumidify your home, a basement, a trailer, a workshop, or just about any other place that you can think of. Recently, we found another product in the same category, but what caught my attention is that it was a larger size and it was actually cheaper than damp rid, which is what we use in our trailers. We found this stuff at Home Depot called Kaboom. We have been testing it in our larger trailer for many months, and we have been very impressed. It works well, it lasts longer, and in our experience doesn't cost as much as the damp rid product. Don't get me wrong, damp rid does a great job and we still love it. Keeping moisture out of your sensitive electronics is very important to all of us, and this stuff does a great job of doing just that. It's simple to use. It comes with several pouches that you use one at a time, and you don't have to deal with pouring any granular things into a container like damp red. So give it a try if you have moisture issues, and let me know your thoughts down in the comments section. I'll be right back to wrap things up. So that's it. That's my show for today. I'll be back next week with all new topics to help you and your business. Be sure to give me your thoughts on today's show down in the comments section down below. And don't forget to give us that thumbs up if we've taught you anything new at all. If you want to get in touch with me, you can find me on Facebook, and I'll share that link down below. So until next Sunday, my name is Mike Schnauder. Be safe, and thanks for watching.